Recording on.
What it do? What it is? What it be? Good morning to everyone. When it do? It do pretty early today, I guess. How's it going? When it do right now? Yeah. That would seem like the truth. It's a strange time to be making a video. But who fucking cares? What's up, guys? Rip a bong? Dude, I'm working on that right now. I'm working on it. What's going on, guys? Ever heard of the band Behemoth? Or Behemoth? I don't know if it's supposed to be Behemoth, because I think that's how they say it over there, or Behemoth, which is how I think we say it over here. Is it Behemoth? Or is it Behemoth? Bohemoth? Oh, it's Bohemoth. See? Who knows, dude? I look lit with my hat and shades. Cool. I'm not trying to look lit. I'm just trying to keep my eyeballs from hurting. Dude, this is a mess, though. Look at this. Look at this under here. Jesus. Showerhead. Showerhead. Is Elon Musk on your Jude Law list? No, not really. I don't know. Elon Musk has got to do something. Like he's got to send some people to the moon or to Mars or both. If he can pull that off, then I'll put him on the Jude Law list. But until he sends that on, not gonna happen. I'm on your Jude Law list. Cool, man. Good to know that if I need blowies, I've got people I can call up, if I ever need a blowy. That's good to know. I haven't seen Logan yet. I'm not sure I'm going to. Rip a fart? Nah. Just make a video of yourself shaking your bare buttocks at the camera while the song Laffy Taffy plays. That's a fantastic fucking idea. I mean, typically I don't get video ideas from doing these, but man, that one... I almost want to just end the stream right now and start working on that, because... Would you give Blair White a hand job? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not homeless, but thank you for asking. I will take donations, however. So, if you can spare a dime, my brother, just pass it on this way. Thanks for showing up when you're bored. No problem. Thanks for being here when I'm bored. I get bored too. Oh man, the first hit is the harshest. You've heard that Cat Stevens song, dude, that Sheryl Crow covered back in the 90s? The first hit is the harshest. Actually, I think she covered it in the early 2000s, not the 90s, but Kiss the Camera? No, dude, that's weird. That's just weird shit, man. Metal is shit, punk is elite. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, dude, that your particular preferred genre of music is better than everybody else's, man. We didn't know. Do I watch Red Supre? I do. You're in the shower? Gross. Favorite song by Clutch? Space Grass, probably. It's hard to beat that song. Escape from the Prison Planet is pretty good, too. My beard is eating my face. How do you know my face isn't... That doesn't make any sense. You're right, it's eating my face. Am I excited to see the new Blade Runner? I'm interested. I don't really get excited for remakes because I'm so used to them being shit. Or reboots, or whatever they're calling this. Sequels, but clearly later on. I don't know. Blade Runner is one of those movies that like I put way up on a pedestal in terms of visuals, and pretty high up a pedestal in terms of script writing and stuff like that. And I don't have super high hopes that people are gonna do better, but who knows? Maybe they will. Give me that old time religion. I have prints for my walls. I'm so sick of people saying that. I'll just hang shit up. I just haven't had time. I've got a ton of prints and posters and shit to put up on the walls. I just haven't had the time nor the inclination to do so. I will soon, though. Why did you never smoke with me in San Antonio? Dude, I was so afraid to leave my house in San Antonio. I don't know about afraid to leave my house, but I wasn't trying to meet up with people I didn't know, and I just wanted to get the fuck out of San Antonio, man. So, I'll be back there to visit Ashley's family and stuff, maybe once or twice a year, so. We still have a chance. San Antonio's not that bad. I guess that all depends on your perspective. You still friends with Brian from Cali? Not really. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, Brian and I's friendship did not seem to survive my divorce. So, Brian was a roommate of mine and my ex-wife's for a very long time, and he was very good friends with her. And when I left, he did not agree with the manner in which I did so, and he felt that I was unfair to her, and he took her side kind of in it, and doesn't really want to speak to me anymore because of it. A lot of that happens when you get a divorce. Dig in. Bon appetit, homeboy. Sorry, I had to feed my dinosaur. You know how that goes. You know what happens when dinosaurs get hungry. Have I lost weight? Yeah, I have. I've lost almost 30 pounds since I first came to Seattle, so slowly but surely. Am I paying alimony? No. With respect, have you spoken with your ex-wife since? Not really, no. Paul, damn it, will you and the guys talk about that particular manatee? I don't know why we would talk about, I guess maybe if a news story comes up about a manatee or something. I don't know why we would mention manatees. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You look good. Huge improvement from eggs bricks. Yeah, I was at probably one of my heaviest weights then. I was really big at that point. I'm 30 or 40 pounds lighter than that at this point, and working on going lower. Ben and I are going to start working out this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, and that'll be, our first trip to the gym together to work out. He's going to kind of help me structure my workouts and stuff like that. I'm not going to get really buff, but I do need to build some muscle. I need to strengthen my core. How regular will your workout routine be? 3 days a week to start, and then 5 days a week eventually. How did you met Ben? I met Ben on the show. That's cool of Ben. Yeah, man, I agree. Ben, has been really cool with regards to he makes fun of me being fat on the show and stuff. But as a friend, he's always been willing to help me, and I'm taking him up on his offer here now that I'm living in the same place that he is. Speak less? No. Well, thanks for the tip, though. Do I still have swamp taint? I mean, if I let it get swampy, I do. Chat shows full screen. Yeah, I know. It works very similarly on my end to Periscope, but it's just better. The only thing I wish there was a way for me to show the chat in the final video, because the people that come back and watch this can't see the things that you guys are saying. I wish there was a way to just capture the whole thing, but whatever. Maybe they'll add that option in the future. I have not gone to the Seattle Aquarium yet. I haven't really done much in Seattle at all. I haven't had the time. OBS overlay, yeah, that'll work eventually. Right now I'm on my phone. I've been doing these streams from my phone because I really want to test and see if, the last 3 streams I've done on my channel here, I've done from my phone. Because I want to kind of see how reliable the phone is, how much battery this app, it's already better than Periscope, I can tell you that. Seattle or Syria? I agree it's better. When, if ever, will you shave your beard? If I ever get sick of it, to the point where I don't want it anymore, I'll shave it. How do we defeat Reddit? We don't. It's like wanting to defeat the sewer. You can't defeat the sewer, you just shit in it. You shit in the toilet and you flush things into the sewer. You don't defeat it. Why do you suck at everything? I bet you don't suck at everything. I bet you're good at something or another. Most people are. Most memorable moment with TJ or Scotty? Most memorable. I don't know, man. They're my friends and I see them every day. So, I guess for TJ it would be the whole LA trip. He and I just sat out on his back porch, smoked weed, and had a running conversation that never stopped. That was kind of cool. It was a good way to get to know somebody that you had a history with, but you've never really met in person. And I don't know, with Scotty, it's probably just having conversations with him as well. Scotty and I, we actually talk probably longer and more often than TJ and I do anymore. Scotty and I just really Scotty likes to sit and discuss what's going on in the world, and I like to run things by people, and Scotty and I just fit together that way. Plus I like that Scotty doesn't bullshit. I'm the emotional kind of flowery guy that tries to ascribe all kinds of personal meaning to everything, and Scotty's just kind of the dry, oh, this is bullshit, objectively speaking, guy, you know? So it makes for a good mix. Wake me up inside, dude. Because I can't wake up. Do a fight. Do a fight. Do a fight, Paul Zigo. Hey, you know it would be funny, Paul Zigo, if you would do a fight, Paul Zigo. Do a fight. Rip a fucking fight. I love the Hammer horror films. I like the Hammer Dracula films, the Christopher Lee ones. They're really good. Don't fart. I'm not gonna. I can't fart on command. I can't do it. Hey, Paul, you said last stream that you were in a DDLG relationship with Ashley. How far do you both take it? I mean, I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of new to it. I knew what it was prior, but I'd never been in a relationship that's structured this way. I don't know how far we take it. I'm willing to answer specific questions about it or describe, it's not just a sexual role play. It's a relationship dynamic, and it just works. It sounds awful. What the hell is DDLG? It's a BDSM relationship. Daddy dom, little girl. Involves age play and BDSM. DDLG, not DDRG. It's a pretty common BDSM relationship, but see, look, the pragmatic nerd, oh fucking lord. That's how a lot of people respond to it. Like, oh fucking lord. Oh lord. Oh no. Basically pedo fetish. Yeah, while I'm fucking a grown adult. Cheers to that. Show us the bong better. Okay. The salty stallion. She looked nicer last night. Whoa. DDLG group sex with skeptic and shoe on head. There's one problem with that. Too many dicks in the equation. There can only be one dick. I have a strict one dick limit in the bedroom. There's no vagina limit, but there is a one dick limit, and I've got one of those. I typically bring mine with me. So skeptic would have to stay home. Shoe could come over. I'd be fine with that. I guess skeptic could sit in the cuck tent and watch. I'd be fine with that too. Skeptic is pretty hot. Doesn't do it for me. I guess it just looks kind of like a normal dude to me. Misogynistic. I mean, sorry. I didn't make the one dick rule. It just is. Ever fucking a girl in the nostrils? My dick wouldn't fit in a girl's nostril. I hope yours wouldn't either. If it would, then you've got problems, dude. You've got problems. If you could fuck a girl in the nostril, you've got an issue, man. Do I like sushi? No. Sushi makes me want to throw up. I don't like sushi. I don't like the way it tastes. I don't really understand it as a food. It's like, people are like, oh, it's so flavorful. And then you eat it and it's just like unflavored white rice wrapped in seaweed with raw fish in it. And I'm like, I just love the flavors of sushi, you know? Like when you pop it in your mouth and the seaweed flavor just overtakes everything, and then it's followed by some rubbery raw fish flavor. Oh man, I just eat that up. It's like, what? Why? What? What? But whatever. I guess it's for people, you know. Ceviche is good. Yeah, I've had ceviche, but that's like ceviche is cooked. It's not raw. It's cooked by the citric acid. So ceviche is pretty decent. I obviously haven't had good sushi. I've been to really expensive sushi places and tried sushi at them. I've gotten sushi that other people who really like sushi says, man, this is really fucking good sushi, man. This is fucking dope sushi right here, Paul. Try this sushi. And I try it, and it's gross. It tastes like unflavored white rice, seaweed, and a slab of raw fish with some fish eggs or some shit. It's just like... whatever. Sashimi is raw. I know. Sushi is like got little pieces of crab in it, or like cooked tuna, or cooked salmon, or cooked eel, or whatever. I just don't like the flavor combinations that go on in sushi. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sure it's great. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I'm glad there's a billion fucking restaurants out there that serve it. I don't understand it. I don't get it personally. What other hobbies did you have other than acting? I'm a music buff. I'm a movie buff. I like video games. I used to make music. I used to dabble in I was in a band in high school, and then after high school I was in a little mess around band for a while, and then after that I kind of got into making electronic music on my own just to fuck around, and so stuff like that. What did I play in the bands? I was actually just the vocalist in the bands, or one vocalist in the band. I don't really play an instrument well enough to justify playing it in a band. Cut my steak in 2 pieces because I have no teeth. Dun, dun, dun. Is this live? Yeah, Jim the Thug. It's live, man. Live and direct. What would I do if I was a god? Eliminate suffering and scarcity. And then I'd appear to the entire world and tell them that I exist. And that they need to quit bickering. That I don't require any worship or any bullshit from them. And that they need to come together and work together. And then I'd fucking go explore the goddamn galaxy and leave this shithole behind to fester. I've seen The Toxic Avenger, yeah. Do I have a glass collection? I don't really, to be honest. I'd show you if I did. I lost most of my glass when I left California, and I've just started building up my stuff again, so. If you eliminate suffering, the species goes belly up. Okay. Seems plausible. I mean, citation needed, of course, but I'll trust you until you can get that citation. Favorite book is Hatchet. I've talked about that. Gary Paulson. Somebody bought me... Well, it's right here. This is pretty cool. One of our fans overheard me say this. I don't even know if I said it on the show. He overheard me say that Hatchet was my favorite book, so he sent me Hatchet, and I thought, oh man, that's really cool. And he sent me this message, and he was like, yeah man, did you like Hatchet? And I was like, sure. And he was like, Yeah, I was so glad I found a signed copy. And I was like, what? And right there, dude. Gary Paulson, personal signed copy of fucking Hatchet, which is really cool. This is my favorite book. I read this. It's actually a book for kids. This seal here is the Newbery Honor Award, which they give to books for literary achievement and education. So it's like a fourth grade book. I think I read it for the first time in the fourth or fifth grade, and yeah, it's great. I got a lot of hair on me. Yeah. What is best in life? For me, it's crushing my enemies, seeing them driven before me, and hearing the lamentations of their women. I don't know about you, but that's for me. You're at college? Cool. Honk, yeah. City out there, so, somebody must have been not moving. How's the weight loss going? Good, good. Thanks for asking. Am I laying on my stomach? No, I'm sitting in a chair. Ever think about having kids? I tried to have children for a number of years with my ex-wife, and after 4 years of trying, I got tested and found out that I'm almost 100% sterile. The chances of me conceiving a child naturally are minuscule. Do I know why? Yes and no. I have a catastrophically low sperm count, and the sperm that I do produce, the vast majority of them have low motility. And what that means is basically like the little flagellum on the back of the sperm. So say this is the head of the sperm and this is the tail, right? And so the little flagellum on the back of the sperm, on most of my sperm, is crooked. So when they swim, instead of going straight, they swim in a circle. And what the fertility expert explained to me as he was showing me these pictures was that sperm require a massive push of like the reason there's so many of them is because they push each other through different areas in the female anatomy, like the cervix, like that, the mucus plug on the cervix. It takes a bunch of sperm pushing each other through that to get through that. Same thing with the fallopian tubes. They kind of help each other along. And when my sperm are all swimming in goddamn circles, nobody's ever getting anywhere. Now, I do create some healthy sperm, which have normal flagella that do their normal swimmy thing. But there's not enough of them to get through the barriers or to justify there ever being a natural pregnancy. So the only way that I could biologically conceive would be in vitro fertilization. They'd have to, have me blow a load in a cup and then go in and take 2 or 3 of my healthy sperm or one of my healthy sperm and inject it directly into one of Ashley's eggs, and that would be it, I guess. And that's very expensive. Would I adopt? Maybe. I think that's probably the most likely thing that'll happen if Ashley and I decide that we want to have a child in the future. Right now, neither one of us wants a child. I would probably never do the in vitro thing, though. I've kind of given up on siring a child. Too much money, too much bullshit. And there's already too many kids out there that need a home now to justify creating a new one in a lab. At least that's my personal feeling on it. If we wanted a child, I would really push hard for adoption. When's the last time I was single? Over 12 years ago. Over 13 years ago. It's been a while. Get a black son and start a YouTube show called Getting Baked with My Black Son. What? Tyrone, come here. Sit down with Daddy. Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Getting Baked with my black son, Tyrone. Hey Tyrone, what's up? What's up, homie? You want to get baked? No, that sounds awful, dude. That sounds terrible. Did you have Billy the Fridge on again? Of course, dude. Billy's awesome. The cult of Keck welcomes me. Can I opt out? Will TJ be the child's godfather? I don't know. You guys are asking about a child that I don't want. I don't know what'll be what if I decide at some point in the future that I want a child. I do play Crusader Kings, yeah. Hypotheticals. If I played For Honor, not yet. I own it now. Somebody bought it for me. Somebody gifted it to me. I'm kind of afraid to play it, dude. I'm afraid to get butchered. I'll get over it though. TJ would seem terrible with kids. I don't know. I've never really seen TJ around kids. I don't think he would be terrible though. I think TJ would be one of those people that kids would like gravitate to and pick on and want to like poke and prod at constantly, and he would just be like, and they'd just be like, TJ, come on. He'd be like, ugh. He'd be trying this. Come on. TJ. Yeah. Because he's so big. Yeah. Yeah, he'd make his noise. You're at his height, and that's how it is for you. Yeah. See, there's something about kids. Like at first, they're kind of cautious around tall people. I see this with kids all the time. Like I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and when they first were around me, they were just like kind of like. And then when they get old enough to realize that you're just a big oaf, then all like their attention is constantly on you. It's like I don't know what it is, dude. Like tall people are like a bullseye for kids. Kids are like just like ah. You like your kids, not other people's kids? I've heard that before. I like to spend time with and hang out with and do activities with other people's kids and then send them home to those people when they start to get annoying. Like talking to kids is fun. Kids have some pretty cool opinions about things. You gotta take it with a grain of salt, of course, but it's fun to talk to them about what's going on in the world when they get old enough. And it's fun to hear like the things that they care about growing up, you know? It's interesting to hear like what concerns a kid. Because I can't remember what the fuck I was concerned with growing up. So it's interesting to hear at different stages like what they're into. What worries you? What keeps you awake at night? The My Little Pony season finale, maybe? I don't know. Kekistan doesn't exist. And Pee-Pee the Frog, the meme is played out. And those of you that are trying to resurrect the Kek are fighting a losing battle. You're fighting a losing battle, okay? Kek is done, Kek is over. And that's that. Okay? It's not more played out than Harambe, but it's getting there. It's getting there, and I know you feel it. I know all you keck fuckers feel it. You can feel the meme dying and getting stale. You can feel people stopping caring. You can feel it. It's happening. God damn the Harambe meme. And it pretty much is. I don't hear anybody saying dicks out for Harambe anymore. I just don't hear it. It's over. Cough predicted. Dude, you're predicting every cough, dude. Right before I cough, I always read cough predicted. Jesus. Keck originally had nothing to do with Pepe. Keck, as far as I understand, was born in World of Warcraft because when you were on opposite factions, when somebody would kill you and type LOL, if you were on the Alliance and a Horde member killed you, LOL would be turned into Keck. And then vice versa, it would be Burr. Yeah. And Burr never caught on. I liked Burr better than Keck, to be honest with you. But whatever. Yeah, Burr. Yeah, I got a lot of Burr. I played Horde, so, you know, I was a Hordey too. Seattle fan meetup. Stay tuned. I'm sure there's going to be an opportunity for people to... I really want to do a big full meetup here in Seattle, like a welcome to Seattle meetup for us. Now that we're all here, I think it'd be a cool place to do like a big meetup, and people have shown that they're willing to fly in from all over the fucking place to come to these meetups, so it'd be pretty cool. When do we come to Europe? I think June. So stay tuned on that. Yeah, we're going to visit Germany. We'll be in Berlin. So here are the cities we're going to as I remember them, and I may forget one. I hope I don't. We're going to be in London, Edinburgh, Amsterdam, Berlin, Budapest, Prague, Athens. Paul's going to be the fattest guy in all those cities. I don't know. By that time, I might have lost quite a bit of weight. TJ might be the fattest guy in all those cities by that time. When I start working out, in addition to eating better, which I've been doing, the weight is going to fall off of me. So by June, I might be 30, 40 pounds lighter than I am now, which is going to put me at least on par with TJ, if not a little lighter than him. I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence, but I can't feed on the powerless, so my cup's already overfilled. No. Drugs. Huh. DP in New York. Okay. Was a childhood toy that scared me? Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know if you've ever heard of Teddy Ruxpin, but Teddy Ruxpin, and I think it's Ruxbin or Ruxpin. I think it's B. Teddy Ruxpin was basically like a robot Teddy, and he had a tape, like on his back, he had a tape deck, and you could put the tape deck in and play it, and he would say things to you, basically. His eyes would open up, and he would go, "Hi, I'm Teddy Ruxpin. I love you." And then he'd, whatever. It was pretty fucking creepy. I hated him as a kid. My mom got me him, and I used to cry at night because I thought that, like, he was watching me from the shelf. I didn't like that he talked. Yeah, he had these really empty, vacant eyes. Like, he always looked surprised. He was like, "Hi, I'm Teddy Ruxpin. I love ya." And you're like, when I was a kid, I didn't like that. Pussy? Well, whatever, man. I was a kid. Teddy Ruxpin was spookily. Any opinions on the harmful opinions versus TJ controversy? I was actually, when I started this, I had just started trying to watch harmful opinions video. But, like, the first 3 minutes of it that I watched were all, like, really kind of, like, lame, bland attempts at humor. Like, he doesn't even really start by talking about TJ. He, like, starts by, well, he does, but he's talking about, like, this interchange that they had where he's asking TJ for pics of his tits or something, and I know it's a joke, but it just drags on like he's taking it seriously, and I kind of got bored and started this. So I don't really know. I guess I'll wait until I've seen both sides before I talk about it. I know TJ has said he's making a video, I guess, about this, so I'll probably have more opinions on it after I've seen more about it. I really don't know what it's even about. I know it centers around Candid and some problem this dude has with it, but I haven't looked into it beyond that. Will harmful opinions be on DP? I don't know. I don't book it. It's my favorite TV show. Right now it's Black Mirror. I just started watching Black Mirror a couple of days ago, and dude, I'm fucking insanely fucking hooked on that show. But of all time, probably Cheers. I don't know. I watched Cheers. I watched every episode of Cheers as a kid, and I loved it. I was so sad when it ended. I'm not going to talk about spoilers. There's really no point. I haven't watched Stranger Things yet. I'm getting to it. I've got this list of, like, Netflix TV shows that I need to watch. I just finished watching The People vs. O.J. Simpson, which was... I was riveted by that for because I grew up and remember watching the trial. And the people that they got to play the principals in that show were just so... Like, they didn't all look a whole lot like the people. Like, not all of them looked exactly like the people they were supposed to be playing, but they had the mannerisms and affectations and all of that down so dead. It's a lot of comments at once to address. Yeah, man, I try my best. Look, on Periscope, this is the way it kind of goes too. It takes me a minute sometimes to answer a question, and I can't fucking answer everything. I try. I do my best. If I just read every fucking thing, then there would be no show. It would just be me going, "Lol, could you spare a roll, brother? Paul, have you played Mass Effect? Sing Old Time Religion. Man, Travolta was fucking funny to watch. The mannerisms and the fucking eyebrows. You know what I mean? It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Do you have an anal virginity? An anal virginity? An anal... Do I have an anal virginity? I don't even know... Are you asking if I'm an anus virgin? Is that... When did you lose your virginity? When did you lose your virginity, Polzigo? Polzigo, I have but one question for you. When did you lose your virginity? I need to know for a friend. A friend of mine need to know when did you lose your virginity? What? What's the shittiest restaurant I've been to? I think that Waffle House. The one I talked about. I mean, it wasn't the shittiest restaurant, but really, like, it was the biggest failure in customer service slash restaurant service that I've ever had. It was just a compound. I've never seen all of the things involved in that happen at once. I've been to places that were dirty because nobody was bussing the tables. I've been to places where the people were arguing. I've been to places where somebody broke down in tears. I've been to places where we didn't get our shit forever. I've been to places where, like, they were clearly understaffed, but not all of that at once. But beyond all of that, like, I still maintain to this day, it was the craziest shit I ever fucking had, but, like, the food was good. Keep a shotgun in your truck because of your kidnap story? Really? Okay. I mean, that's cool, I guess. Your choice. Favorite strain? I like Blue Dream. That all the strains that kind of surround it. Blueberry, Blue Dream, Double Dream is a newer strain that I've been able to get here. What I've got right now is this Pineapple Express, Gabriel Farms. It's really good. Oh, I've got some of that, and then I've got Kim cookies for my indica. So that's what I've been puffing on recently. I like to switch it up a little bit now and again and try some different strains. Yeah. Express hard. Express makes really good wax. I've dabbed like that really just like almost like a syrup. I don't know, like I'm not up to date on all the different classifications of wax. I know there's like shatter, which is like thicker, and there's crumble, which is, I don't know. Play some online games? Nah, man. Do I dab? Yeah, man, I dab. I dab every once in a while. I've been known to bust a dorb. Yeah, wax. Whatever. Can you eat N-weed? You can eat N-weed. You can smoke N-weed. You can drink N-weed. You can rub N-weed on your body and get high that way. You can do it that way. You can drop N-weed into your eyes and get high that way too. The weed cream? I haven't tried it out yet. Ben has. Ben has told me that like the weed, the CBD weed muscle cream shit actually works really well if you're sore. So that's cool. Best way to take in weed. Paul should stream the new Resident Evil. Nah. Kind of gave up on the Resident Evil franchise a while ago. You're off to work? Well, have a good day at work, man. We do a balls deep. That sounds good. There's enough people here. So for those of you that may not know, we have a little segment that we do on these called Balls Deep, where I answer your deep questions. Now, if you answer, meme questions, you can do that, but I'm not gonna answer them because this is balls deep. Okay? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Holy shit. No, that's actually the truth. That's love. Love is giving somebody the power to hurt you. That's why that song is a layer of brilliant that most people don't understand. They think it's a little meme song, that what is love, right? Baby, don't hurt me. It means that you've given somebody the power to hurt you, to wound you emotionally, to wound you personally. You've allowed them into your life to that level, yeah? What causes most people to fail so soon after starting a venture? Fear of adversity and reaction to adversity and mistaking adversity for failure. Those are the things that cause most people to fail in business ventures, anything that they try. People that aren't willing to push through adversity are never going to be able to make a business. What should you do when you feel like the few interpersonal relationships you do have are only genuine on your end and you have nobody? That can be a number of problems. It could be that you're depressed and you think that those relationships are only genuine on your end, because how could anybody be genuinely interested in you? So you could be depressed. Or you could be surrounding yourself with people who don't know how to give back and don't know how to be friends. My advice is to find out which one of those is the problem. And if it's depression and you're just misreading your friends' intentions, then get help and talk to them about it too. And if it's not, then find some more friends, man. Move somewhere else. Go somewhere else in the world that isn't filled with people who are selfish and unwilling to provide anything for you. Clayton, I'll look for you. I'll answer your question. I'm sorry, I'm trying. I like adversity when I'm... okay, that's not a question. What should you do? Okay, that's not a deep question. Let's see. Let's see. All right. We truly bound by time, or can we amass enough fame, notoriety, etc., to live on forever? Well, I mean, you don't live. Your biological functions cease, so nobody gets to live forever at this point. I don't really put much stock in the whole legacy thing. I mean, look, yeah, you live on in terms of the fact that people remember you. I don't think that that's the truth, though. I think you're dead when you're dead. I don't think that you're... I've heard people say you're not really dead until no one remembers who you were. And I don't really buy into that kind of bleak painting of the way human beings work. History remembers you, man. Yeah, it doesn't matter to that individual, though, as we understand it. They're gone. They don't exist. So the fact that they are remembered has no bearing on the simple fact that their biological functions have ceased. Me and a girl used to talk a lot, but she suddenly stopped. Do people know that they hurt others that way? I'm sure they do. I mean, you have to hurt people. See, if you're one of those dudes that feels like, girls are always trampling your heart or whatever, I got news for you. If you I'm not saying when you do finally get into a relationship, there's a good chance you're going to hurt that person a lot. And there's a really good chance that you're going to reach a point in your life where you really have to hurt that person, like leave them. That's in your future probably. So this idea that, you're the one that's constantly getting hurt, man, you would never do this to a person, is naive. The That's part of human relationships. You hurt each other. Really. Do you agree that when theists say they are appealing to an objective standard of morality, aka God, is actually subjective because it's still going through their subjective interpretation? I mean, I don't know, dude. It just sounds like more tap dancing to me. Okay, who is this fucking faggot with this? Let me just block this idiot. Shilling fucking bullshit. In a relationship, do you believe... Hold on. Yeah. Do you believe in being an atheist and another being religious? Is that a deal breaker in the long run? It wasn't a deal breaker for me and my wife. My ex-wife now. That wasn't what broke the deal. We were able to live together. She was a Christian and I was an atheist the entire time we were together. And that didn't cause any acrimony or animosity in our relationship, because we had a level of mutual respect for one another's opinions on it, and that was that. It was other things that ended that relationship. Do you think that the Justice Democrats and Bernie-crats can take over the Democratic Party for the working people and get rid of the corporate shills? The corporate shills are too entrenched. Even if they get, dig them out of the DNC, they're still everywhere in Washington. And they still pull the purse strings. So I think we're pretty fucked. But that's me. I'm a pessimist, so don't get too disheartened by that. Why do people cling to eternity yet are terrified of it? I don't know. I've never really understood somebody's desire to exist for an eternity. Oh, hey, Ashley. What's up, baby? What broke the deal? If you feel like talking about it and or can talk about it, just differences. Wanting different things out of life that were fundamentally incompatible and trying to fit those two things into one life that it just didn't work. Why aren't you afraid of death? When you die, everything's over. That's why I'm not afraid of death. If we could alter time, is it wise to change the past for the better, or do you think time is self-correcting and will alter events? I don't even know that I believe that time travel traditionally is possible. From what I understand, it's much more probable that there are multiple universes that exist that are very close to our universe, that exist across multiple different timelines, and we could travel to one of those. But anything that we change there would only change that timeline, not our timeline back home, because it's a separate universe. Time travel is impossible, right? But interdimensional travel is theoretically possible, and if there are multiple dimensions created at every potentiality, then there would be dimensions back in the 60s, back in the beginning of time. But if you went back in time to those dimensions, not only would they be subtly different from your own home, but any changes you made there would not be reflected in your timeline. So that kind of opens up the possibility of just going back, time tourism, right? Becomes a possibility because of that. Now, there are ethical problems. Do we have the right to go and fuck around with these other people's timelines? I don't know. Will we? I'm pretty sure we will. I'm pretty sure that there will be people that pay thousands and thousands and thousands of millions and billions of dollars to go back in time to a parallel universe and see dinosaurs and hunt them. Go back and fuck around during the Old West. Take modern technology and kill a bunch of fucking aboriginals back in the Stone Age and shit. Who knows, dude? When nothing matters, when you understand that reality is just an infinite collection of potentialities, then what does it matter if you step over into some other dimension and kill a bunch of people? I mean, I ethically would have problems with that, but I see it being, something that would be a problem. If you were faced with death right now, I'm pretty sure you'd be quaking in your boots. Yeah, I'm not saying that in the moment, because the body has a certain autonomic response to death. So if I were to start to die right now, of course I'd be quaking in my boots. If somebody were to come and put a gun in my head, in my face right now, and tell me they were about to shoot me, of course I'd be quaking in my boots. The body floods with adrenaline. I'm not saying like I'm Zen. I just will accept death when it comes. I'm saying I don't spend my life fearing it. I'm not sitting here going, oh man, I could die at any moment and death is going to be awful. So you fear death? No. My body has the response that anybody's body would to starting to shut down, which is a flood of adrenaline and other chemicals. And you instinct kicks in and you try and save yourself. Everybody goes through that. Everybody. Exactly what I was saying. That's almost all just instinct. So when I say I don't fear death, I mean I don't sit around all day worrying about it, and I don't worry about it happening one day. When it happens, it'll happen, and I'll be gone, and that'll be that. It's really stupid, to waste time, I think, worrying about death. I don't fear the idea of being dead at all. Like, why fear something? You won't be around to care. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like, being dead is going to be like it was before you were born. You don't know. You're not there. You're not present. There's no pain. There's no anguish. There's no nothing. I'm fine with that. That seems like a good end to a life to me, honestly. Because life is often filled with a lot of hardship and a lot of struggle and a lot of pain, and death seems like a kind of a gift at the end of all of that to me. Fearing death is completely rational. I agree. If you could transfer your consciousness into a robot body and live forever or much longer, would you? I mean, as long as I had the option at any time to pull the plug, then yeah, sure. I mean, a robot body would allow me to overcome like physical disabilities and sure, yeah, I would, as long as it was a process that could be, like I said, that I would have the option to pull the plug on myself whenever I wanted, when I got fed up, then yeah, dude, I'd try it. Why not? Deus Ex shit? I don't know. However, however it works. Do you believe in genetic memory, like people being scared of the dark because of predators? I think that might be why some people have abduction fantasies. Maybe. I've heard that fear of the dark is just kind of. I love you too, baby. I've heard that fear of the dark is just instinctual because it was the most dangerous time, certainly for early humans, before they had fire, before they had society and weapons and all of this stuff. So it makes sense to me that there would be. I mean, it still is a dangerous time. Of course it is. Yeah, you are in more danger at night. So it makes perfect logical sense to me that human beings are kind of have this fear that they share amongst themselves in large numbers of the dark. Why is good music much harder to find nowadays? It isn't. It's just harder to. Well, it's always been hard to find because you've always had to turn off the radio to find good music. Well, that's not always true. Sometimes good music finds its way to the radio. But 9 times out of 10, if you want to find good music, you got to turn off the fucking radio. And that's what you got to do now. If you turn on the radio right now, let me tell you what you're going to find. I'll give you a preview. You ready? Whoa, 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 oh, whoa, whoa, I'm falling, but I'm taking my time on my ride. That's the song that's going to be playing. If it's not that song, it's going to be like, some other fucking weird poppy, You got to turn it off. It really is. It's just, it's blah, 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 blah. It's blah, blah, blah music. You turn on the fucking radio, and I'm sure it is. Every time I get in the car with Ashley back in Texas, because Ashley had, she listens to the radio, whatever, I don't care. I'd get in the car with her, and she'd turn the radio on, and that song would be on. And if it wasn't on, it'd be the next song. There were like 3 or 4 songs that played all last year on the radio. 4 songs. Like, it was that, once I was 7 years old, my daddy told me, that song. And then the, whoa, 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 and then the, hey, everybody's about gone off days, so have fun tonight. Have fun, take pills, I don't want about, And I'm just like, listening, the sense of existential dread just like creeping into my bones. I'm like, oh my God. Tool or Creed? Are you really asking me that question? I hope you're not asking me to choose between those, because the answer should be obvious. What are your thoughts on Schopenhauer's arguments for giving up your will to live is the only way to achieve true happiness? I mean, you have to listen to some of nature's driving forces. But the will to live, I don't know. I'd have to read more. I'm aware of Schopenhauer, but I haven't read a whole bunch. So, I'll read more and get back to you on that. I'd rather not talk about things I'm not well versed in. If you were forced into a religion of choice that your mind would be forced to believe, what would you choose? I guess if I had to choose any of the existing religions, Buddhism, I suppose, would be the closest one that I could see myself being happy with. Do you think that Jeff Sessions' new war on weed could bring the backlash needed to finally get it legalized? Like if the numbers are brought up before any objective judge? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that Jeff Sessions is going to go after weed, to be honest with you. I just don't. I think it's political suicide for Trump. Do I listen to the lyrics of a song the first time? No, I listen very intently to the lyrics of a song the first time. If I'm really interested in a song, I can oftentimes sing most of it after hearing it only once. I listen very closely to lyrics. There will be a few extra weed arrests, and then it'll be back to normal, probably. I don't know. How did you find your IT job without a degree? Do I have any certificates? Man, it's kind of hard. I'm going to be honest with you. The reason that I was able to get my foot in the door at the district office was because my brother-in-law was there. Now, also, at the time I got hired, there was not a requirement for a degree or certificate to do the job I was doing. That was added about 1 year after I was hired. So I kind of snuck in the door at a time in my school district when IT wasn't taken all that seriously. And so they hired me, and because I was grandfathered in at that point, I was a union member, they couldn't let me go because they changed the requirements. So I was working a job with college graduates. It's a hard thing to do, dude. Finding an entry-level IT job is a hard thing to do. I will tell you that outside of having your associates or bachelors and whatever they want at your IT job, it can be like information technology or whatever they want. You can get certificates, and I would try and like narrow down your search, like try and find out what industry you want to work in, apply at all of those, and then find a certificate that would boost all of those industries, a C++ or whatever it is you've got to get. Dress it up, and tell them that you're currently in school and you're pursuing it and you're looking for an entry-level position. I mean, try your school district. Whatever your local school district is. Would you change your ideas just for fitting in with the rest of the humans, or would you rather remain alone? I'm not alone. But, like, if other people were like, believe the same as we believe, or we will not speak to you, I guess I'd have to be alone. I'd rather not pretend I'm something I'm not, so I guess I'd have to be alone. I wouldn't be happier alone, I don't think, but I don't think I could stand being in a place where I was forced to pretend I was one thing. You know, I don't know. I guess I'm just not built that way. I'm definitely not built to be alone either. You know, so taking that walk out basically be a death sentence for me. I do not. I do not do well when I'm on my own. I rely to a very large degree on other people for perspective. When I'm on my own, I kind of float around on the breeze, you know. I don't. If I don't have a person, at least one person to look at and keep me kind of grounded, then I start to believe all kinds of crazy things. I start to get all kinds of crazy ideas. Do you believe that you can live comfortable without a degree now? Yeah. I mean, you can. It just you have to be willing to start low and work your way up, you know, and maybe willing to go and get some supplementary education. I need to trim the mustache. No. Nah. Elon Musk doesn't have a degree. Sure. I mean, you've got to do some kind of entrepreneurial thing to get a degree, or to get by without a degree, pretty much. How big do I want the beard to be? It's getting pretty close to where I want it to be lengthwise down here. I don't want to go much longer than this. I want to keep growing it so that these sides, you know, are finally as long as everything else, and they kind of join the beard. The mustache continues to grow out and away and down into the beard, but I'll probably keep it trimmed to about this length, maybe a little more than this. No degree, just do YouTube. LOL. I mean, if you've got the ability to entertain an audience of people, then yeah, why not do YouTube? Does Ashley like the beard? Yeah, she said she had a nightmare about me the other night where I shaved my beard and cut my hair. And she was like, "Why'd you do that? I liked your beard and I liked your hair." And I was like, "I don't know. I do what I want." Dude, I told her I do what I want in my dreams, dude. She knows. Even Dream Paul knows. Would I rather fuck May or Diva? Diva, probably. Any philosophical hot button issues? Free will is one. Well, usually only... I don't mind discussing free will, but free will is a fun one for me to talk with religious people on, because it really just absolutely fucking undermines their entire worldview, and they don't realize it. But things that like piss me off, like immediately, like hot buttons, like anybody brings it up and I immediately like launch into it. I mean, a lot of things, I guess, like globalism, talking about like borders, and not necessarily borders, but like I'm always willing to talk about immigration and stuff with people. That really is one for me. Immigration, I guess, is a big, or the idea. I don't know, dude. I rant and rave a lot. Let's put it that way. Is the stream going bad for anyone else? Uh-oh. I hope not. Is music allowed on this stream? Probably not, no. I could play like, royalty-free type music. I could be like, not necessarily royalty free, but music that doesn't draw flags. Like I could do like. Do that, and then we'll just cool. Yeah, see, I can play some like 16-bit music in the background. The music was kind of annoying on your end. Well, it's down pretty low now. Jimmy Dore was told he was invited on the show. Did he just ignore you guys completely? I don't know. Jimmy Dore is a piece of shit, and I really don't expect him to come and face the music. When did I get my ears pierced? I first got my ears pierced in the 90s. Well, I got my left ear pierced in the 90s, and then my right ear pierced in the early 2000s, I guess. And then I stretched them over time. No one likes Jimmy Dore. I don't even think Jimmy Dore likes Jimmy Dore. Why does Ben hate me? I don't know, man. I don't know. You have to ask Ben. Do people what's the monthly expense of living in Washington? I don't know. Depends on where you live and stuff. I mean, it's like anywhere else. It costs more to live in the city than it does in the suburbs, etc., etc. Why does everyone hate millennials? Because there's nothing to like about them. So people just kind of default to hatred, I think. Now, I see a lot to like in millennials because I live with one and I hang out with a few of them. But they're kind of maligned as this useless kind of loser generation. I don't really see that. But I think that the next generation, Generation Z, the kids that are like 14 and younger now, Generation Z, the non-millennials, that's going to be the shit generation. See, they're sneaking. They're creeping up. Though that generation is fucked. They're fucked. And we're going to be fucked when they become like the people that are running things. Thoughts on the Switch? I'm gonna wait to get it until the price comes down or they release a bundle or like an updated version of the console that doesn't have some of the problems that I'm seeing. I found my cat died on Friday and your show made me feel better. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad, you know, that you felt a little better, but I know how bad that sucks, so. You ever do anal sex? Yeah, I've done it. I enjoy giving it. I've never received it, so I guess I can't really talk. I'm not really interested in testing that hypothesis either. Do I remember the 80s? Yeah. I was 10 years old when the 80s went away, so I had 10 full years of life in the 80s. I remember them. They were cool. Bush knocked down the towers? Of course he did, dude. Everybody knows that, dude. It wasn't Osama bin Laden, dude. It was Bush. Bush did WTC. Should you say fuck it and go home? I mean, are you allowed to say fuck it and go home? If so, then yeah. I don't see a problem with it at that point. Does my penis ever hurt when I get erect? No. Are the only one still trying to ask balls deep questions? I don't know. Balls deep just kind of evaporates sometimes. Is it okay if you kill yourself? I'd rather you didn't, but I guess it's ultimately your choice. I think you shouldn't.
Will Ashley and Chelsea start the female peasants? I don't know. Probably not. Am I ever planning on returning to college? Not at the moment. Best dip for chicken strips? I like to have ranch and barbecue handy. I like honey mustard as well. I'm a dip whore though. See, I like to go to different dips. I like to move around from the sweet and sour to the honey mustard. And then get a little barbecue action, and then get a little bit of ranch action. You know what I mean? I don't like to limit myself, so... Yeah, I'm a dip whore, dude. Somebody's like, would you like some of this sauce, or this sauce? And I'm like, yes, all three. Bring all three sauces. And I will dip, and I will try them all. Where did I live in San Antonio? Near, like, Windcrest. Right off the I-35, on the edge of Windcrest and Shirts. There's an apartment complex over there. And that's where I was living. Do I agree with Ashley's decision that traps are only 25% gay? I kind of defer to her. She knows more than I do about traps, so. The shitty part of San Antonio, I guess so. You went through some hard times in your life, and we helped you not give up. Oh, that's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for letting me know about that. What I like about Hitler, he had good fashion sense. All the Nazis did, man. Like, they knew how to look official, you know? Beyond that, he was kind of a dick. But he was a snazzy dresser, I guess. He had a hot wife. Yeah, he did have a hot wife. I guess that's true, too. He created the VW Beetle. I guess that's true, too, right? The Beetle was a good car. A lot of people liked the Beetle. Very iconic shape on that car. People still drive them. My stepdad and mom own a VW Bug. The new ones are, yeah, but they own an old one. His body was never found. That's true. He's probably alive, dude. Hitler's probably alive, man. I never bought that official line that he killed himself, dude. I think that the Nazis spirited him away to, like, Brazil, and he's living there, dude. Do I have any cavities? I have one. One cavity. I have one filling. And a back. I think it's right there. I can't, well, whatever. I'm not going to try and get you in my mouth. I have one filling. Favorite Bob Dylan album? I don't really like Dylan, so... don't really have one. I was never able to, like, I like Dylan for what he represented and stuff, but, like, I was never able to get over this stupid choice to sing every song like this. Sorry. Favorite Manson song? Angel with the Scabbed Wings, probably. I like it. Do I like Datsuns? Not really. Because I grew up with people that had them, and or around people that had them, and they were kind of mean, if I remember correctly. Favorite Nirvana album? That's a hard one. Like, Incesticide is the one that I listen to most often nowadays, so I would say probably Incesticide. What's the hardest I remember laughing? You know what's funny about laughs is, like, our brain kind of treats them like traumatic events, I think. I cannot remember it was pretty recently I was doubled over dying laughing about something on the show. And I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Or maybe it was... I can't remember. My brain doesn't, like, hold on to those memories as much as I'd like it to, I guess. All the damn marijuana. Sure, man. What's a Sanic, dude? Favorite obscure Nirvana song? I like Moist Vagina, personally. Are you a Guar fan? Kinda. I'd like to go see a Guar concert, but I don't find myself listening to Guar all that often. My last pretty. Oh yeah, the hostage situation. Yep, that's a good captured laugh moment of mine. I did laugh pretty fucking hard at that, didn't I? That one tickled my funny bone. Yep, that is a cached bowl. Which means that it's time to dump it and pack another one. Because I ground up all this fucking weed and it's not going to smoke itself. It's not going to smoke itself. It sounds like Sonic. It is. It's Green Hill Zone. It's a remix, I guess. But and Mendham on DP, I hope so. I'll talk to the guys about it. I know he said he would come on, and the guys were interested in having him. So we've been so fucking busy lately, man, that I've probably dropped the ball on. I'll talk with the guys about getting Gary on. Do I like nerdcore? Not really. Show tonight? No. Who the hell is this in Mendham anyway? He's an old school YouTuber who has been kind of a protagonist and antagonist of everybody's at some point. He's a very unique dude with a very unique brain. Gary? Yeah, exactly. Foods that I hate most, that most people like. Sushi is the big one. I mean, it's the big obvious elephant in the room. I also don't like pork, except for bacon. That may sound weird, but that's just my thing. Bacon and pork are, like, bacon has its own thing. I don't like pork chops, ham, any kind of pork outside of bacon. I don't like chorizo. I will eat, like, some sausages. Like, I like andouille sausage, but it has to be mixed in with, like, something else. No carnitas. Sorry, not my thing. Not really into ribs. I don't like meat. That's another weird thing of mine. I don't like meat that's on the bone. So, like, I can't eat chicken, like, if it's on a bone. That's not my thing. I don't like T-bone steaks. Like, anything that has connective tissue to a bone grosses me out. It just is what it is, dude. I can't help it. I have a lot of little weird food things. Like, they're all center around something happening when I was a kid. I'm not basically vegan. I eat meat all the fucking time. I'm just not on the bone, dude. Every weird food thing that I have, fish is the same way. I had some weird thing happen when I was a kid, and it put me off of that type of food, and it still kind of sticks with me. I like chicken. I'll eat chicken breasts. Like, I'm not a big fish fan, no. If you could be a mix of three animals, what would the animals be and what feature? I don't have any fucking fantasies or desire to be an animal. The shittiest food you have ever eaten at a restaurant above McDonald's standards. I mean, I guess it's hard to remember, and I guess that's kind of the point. Whatever it was wasn't very memorable. You know, the most recent one, what was that fucking place called? I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a Denny's. It's in Texas. And there used to be one right down the street from our apartment. And it's like this 24-hour American food diner type of place. You get the drift. And they really pushed their chicken fried steak. Like, and we were hungry late one night, and they're open 24. Jim's, yeah, it's Jim's. You're right. That's what it is, dude. Oh my god, dude, that fucking place. We went there at like midnight or whatever. They're open, and it looks like a Denny's inside. And I get their chicken fried steak because I like open up the menu right outside on the little banner thing. It says, "Try the chicken fried steak," and then I go in. And chicken fried steak, I open it up and I'm looking at the stuff, and you know how they do it on the menu? They're like, "Hey, this is our specialty." It's really highlighted and like, "Try the chicken fried steak." And I'm like, okay, sold. And the waitress comes over and I'm like, "I'll have the chicken fried steak." She goes, "Okay." And it takes Ashley's, and Ashley gets whatever she's getting. And it comes over, and it's basically like somebody took a flip-flop and removed the part that holds your foot onto it and took just the bottom of the flip-flop and then dipped it in batter and deep-fried that shit and then gave it to me. It was the worst. I don't know how they fucked up steak to the point where it tasted like it was so fucking hard. I was like... like just like trying to cut it, and I got like a little piece and I put it in my mouth and it was just rubber. The one on Walsham and 410 is notoriously shitty. Is that the one that I was going to? No, I was going to the one. Oh shit! What are the cross streets? Hold on, give me a second. Oh man, I already can't fucking remember. It was on Randolph and what was the cross street right there? I've so put Texas out of my mind that I don't remember. But anyway, it was right off the freeway, and it was awful. It was just like, I don't know how they get away with serving food like that. Because like I'm not the type of person that bitches if food is just a little like not great. You know what I mean? And I didn't even bitch about this. I ate one bite of it and I just set it aside and ate the grits or whatever that came with it. Because it was like that plus grits, I think. And so I just ate the grits and like... Do I like poutine? I've never had it. What strain am I smoking? I'm smoking Pineapple Express today. Good stuff. Try and get you guys a nug so you can see. Get you some up close time with the weed. It is a very pretty weed. All the good nugs are kind of buried. There we go. That's a good one. Let's see. Come on and focus, you bastard. This camera doesn't have autofocus, or it doesn't work the way it should, but... pretty good. What would it take for me to eat a person? Desperation, probably. Lean is codeine, cough syrup, ice, and jelly. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like we used to call what we did robo tripping, which is basically you just drink an entire bottle of Robitussin DM, and that dextromorphan or whatever is in the DM can cause like fucking hallucinations and shit. I only did it once or twice. I did it as a teenager, and it's just not a good feeling. Do you feel like DPP is as good as it could be? No. And I never have felt like that, and I never will feel like that. Like, the whole point of doing a show like this is that you have to constantly be thinking about ways to do better. I think that that when the show is stagnant to the point where we're not willing to change the way we do things and move things around and come at things from a different angle, then it's dead. At that point, the show's dead. And, you know, recently we went through a period of stagnation where things had gotten a little comfortable, and we shook it up with the help of our fans. And now the show is vibrant again. It has a whole different feel about it now. And that needs to happen over the course of the life of shows like this. If it doesn't, and the show just becomes a swamp. It becomes a closed system. It becomes a puddle filled with a bunch of people who love it, but that it never grows. There's no fresh water coming into the puddle, so those organisms eventually start eating each other and the show. I mean, that's just the way it works. So becomes a Trump. Stopped watching at the drunk episode. Okay. I mean, it's the drunken peasants. I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry we got drunk. When you come to the Netherlands outside of Dutch weed, what are you looking forward to trying? Truffles. I want to get some truffles, dude. We're going to have an Airbnb in the area. And one night, I just want me and the guys to get some truffles and just fucking trip. Just trip balls, dude, and see what happens. I've never tried truffles, so... Psychedelic truffles are what I'm talking about. There are truffles, and then there are psychedelic truffles. Do a fart. I might accidentally do a fart if I keep coughing like this. What am I looking forward to in the UK? I want to go visit the Globe Theatre there. And I don't know. I want to see London. I want to just kind of explore London a little bit, see some of the culture there, some of the museums and shows. I want to catch a couple of theater shows when I'm there, if possible. I've heard London's pretty sweet. I've never been outside of a few trips to Mexico. I've never been out of the United States. So it's going to be very different for me. And I want to try and see as much as I can. Boar? Are you bored, DeBoss? If you're bored, let me know again, dude. I'll cure you. I'll cure your boredom, dude. DeBoss, if you're bored. I have the cure, dude. I have a magic bullet. Just tell me again. Paul, what's the worst drug I've ever done? Meth. Meth, methody, meth. 100% meth. Bore, faggot. Okay. Okay. See you later. See you later, my friend. Bore, faggot. What? what a last words, dude. He chose his last words well. He stood before us on the gibbets and said "Kek burr," and he left. Paul did meth. I did one time. What was meth like? Like about an 8, 9, 10 hour panic attack for me. I didn't like it. It made me feel, I don't know. I felt like everything was dirty. I felt like I was dirty. Everything I looked at in the house and outside and in the world just looked dirty. My mind, which is already a chatterbox, as you can imagine, became this weird, like, nattering, like I felt, I don't know. It's just, it was not good. Smoked. Why did I try meth? Because there was a chick and she was doing it. She was kind of cute. And she asked me if I wanted to do it, and I wanted to look cool. And I did it. Well, I was in high school. You say worst reason ever. Like, no shit. I was in fucking high school. She was not homeless. Look, where I'm from, I know that, like, meth, where in other places, is a sign of, like, wow, that's fucking insane. But, like, pretty much everybody that I know in the town that I grew up with tried meth at some point or another in their lives. Like, I'd be hard-pressed to think of, I'm sure there are a few people, but it's very common in California where I'm from. So, it's not... I will never take a hit of the meth ever again, dude. What do I think about the long-term effects of drug use? It depends on the drug, right? I mean, certain drugs are way more destructive than others in long-term, for long-term use. So, like, yeah, meth, for example. Long-term meth users don't really exist because they really die before they get to be super long-term meth users. I mean, it just, like, it absolutely wreaks havoc on the body. People just wither away and die. Do I recommend weed to people for medication? No, that's not my job. I'm not a doctor. I do tell people if they're depressed and they haven't tried it to maybe ask their doctor if they think that they would be a candidate for medical weed treatment if it's available in their state, because it did help me. But I don't tell people, you know what you need to do is get on the weed. No, I'm not a doctor. Isn't it because the people are shit at making meth and the impurities? Well, I mean, sure. Lab grade meth, I'm sure, would be way better than some of the street meth that you get. But meth itself is just a horrifying drug. It's a major stimulant. It causes your heart to beat incredibly fast. And it's just a destructive fucking drug. Here, let's see. Let me see something here. I want, like, more... Like, these are cool. But I really want, like... I want, like, RPG music. That's what I was hoping would be more... This is more like Mega Man shit, man. Hold on. Let me just find this here. I want to find, like, let's see, let's see. No, not that. Let's do... Okay. There we go. Here we go. This is kind of what I was looking for. Let's put this on the shuffle, and then we'll play this. Okay. Oh. Dude, this right here is like, dude. This music right here, instant nostalgia. This is Final Fantasy 2, actually. Not 4. Very, very close to in the same, though. Oh, dude. I love it, dude. You're having a Nick fit? I'm sorry to hear that, man. Those are horrible. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't think of things in turn. I didn't mean to correct you on that. You're right. It was 4. I think of it in terms of it because I was actually alive when these all came out. Yeah, I didn't mean to be a dick. So when they came out here, when I was little, I played 2, and so I think 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, like how I know them. Being in chat is like being that annoyed friend that everyone tunes out. I didn't tune you out. I read your shit. Like, oh, dude, what a good shuffle. God, dude, this song, man. Yeah, this is Bottom of the Night from Chrono Trigger. One of my favorite songs. I love this music. I'm sorry. It's just so... It's hard to keep going with shit like this playing. Do I ever play Kingdom Hearts? No. I was kind of too old to get into Kingdom Hearts. How high am I? I'd say I'm at about a 6, 6.5 out of 10. Not super high. Paul's gonna cry. I probably could if I got myself in the right mindset listening to this shit. This just rips me back in time, man. I'm just sitting in the room with my friends. Waylon, his little brother Mikey. It's so cool, man. That bowl was pretty much cashed. That bowl was 99% ash. That's okay. There's more. Hi Sam, hi Sam, hi Sam, hi Sam, hi Sam, 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 hi Sam, hi Sam, Sam. Sam finally figured out how to get onto my YouTubes. I have not played Final Fantasy 15 yet. I kind of tuned out of Final Fantasy with the one with the black guy with the fro. I gave up, and I'm sorry. Maybe there have been good ones since then, but that was the one because I really didn't like... Let me think about this. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. Let's do this. I liked Final Fantasies 1 through 7 American style. I liked 8, but 8 was kind of worrying to me. I didn't like 8 anywhere near as I liked. 8 was easily my least favorite at the time. Then 9 happened, and it's my favorite Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 9, I think, is the pinnacle of the series. I liked 10, and they lost me with 11. And then I tried to get back, and I think somewhere in there, one of those was an online one. And then 13. So 13 was the last one I tried. Done. X was okay. But it had some really awkward moments in it because of its insistence on voice acted cutscenes. I'm just gonna say it. And that really hurt the game, in my opinion. Because for me, Final Fantasy has always been about the atmosphere. Yeah, Titus, the ha 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 thing, but that's not the only one. So much of that game is so just like they spent all this money on the CG and the production of the game, but they did not pay voice actors worth a shit in the American dub. And that was just... Aron was cool. He was cool. Kamari, didn't really like Kamari. I thought Kamari was shoehorned in. Any regrets in life? Sure, lots. I mean, where do you want me to start? I mean, anybody that has anybody my age that has no regrets is probably lying to you. You kind of build up regrets as you go on with life, but what can you do? You learn, right? You can play some versions of the game where you can have English subtitles, but with Japanese voice acting, let me say, the laughing they did their best with. Yeah, I don't know. You have scoliosis too. Have you tried metal raw? That's one of the options that I was given, and I don't want to do it. I don't want it. It's so limiting, dude. Like, I want to try and just get fit and strengthen my core to the point where I can live with it. Favorite Elder Scrolls? My favorite Elder Scrolls is Morrowind. It's objectively the best, so I don't know why anybody even argues about it anymore. Ever had a mustache? Not really. Not just a mustache? No. $3 theater? Are you trying to get $3 theater spread around to everything? Yeah, dude, I've, what would you call that? Like, fnarted? Or fneezed? Snarted? Snart. A snart. Yeah, I've snarted before. Who hasn't? Like, you try and stifle a sneeze, you're like... Have you played, Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, it went by. Were you ever worried about getting a girlfriend when you were younger? I didn't really worry about it. I just kind of went and tried to get them. I had girlfriends at a very young age. Like, I wanted that connection for some reason at a very young age. And so I started, like, I had my first little, like, and it wasn't like real girlfriend, but my first girlfriend was in kindergarten. And she was a girl down the street named Amanda, who our parents were friends, and she would chill with us, and she was a couple of years older than me. But we got caught in the back of Amanda's truck with our pants off. And she had her legs hiked up. And I was like down there messing around, and I had my pants off. We got busted. And then that just kind of continued with down the road. Like, I in the second grade, I got in trouble because there were two girls, one named Melinda and one named Megan, who both liked me. And I was talking to them and being friends with them, and I liked both of them too, but I wasn't wanting to commit to one or the other, so they were fighting with themselves, and my mom got called in to talk to the principal about it. Because I had two girlfriends in the second grade. So I didn't really, like... Now, that got worse for me. As I got older, you know, because when I was a kid, I was athletic, and I was a smart little kid, so I guess it worked out okay. But then when I started getting fat, of course, the girls just, like... If you're even chubby in school, the girls just go... And you're like... What happened? What happened to the good old days? What happened to the second grade days of two bitches fighting over me? Fighting! There was actually a third. I'm not even lying either. There was a third named Kelly that got thrown into the mix. She was crazy. I didn't want nothing to do with her, but she was always mad at Megan and Melinda. You see what I'm saying? And then I got fat, and shit just, and it just went whoosh. And I was like, ladies, I mean, I know it's, but I'm funny. I'm funny. I'll make you laugh. That is true, though. Somebody just said when one girl likes you, they all like you, and that is fucking true. That is true. So, in high school, right? When I got to high school, in freshman year, no, it wasn't freshman year, it was sophomore year. Freshman year was hopeless. Hopeless. Let me see if I can find a picture of what I looked like, just so you guys can get an idea of, you know what, I have one right here. I'm gonna try and show you guys this, because this will give you guys a fucking idea of what I was working with back then. It is not a pretty sight, just hold on. That's not it. It's in here somewhere. No. Okay, is it in here then? Looks like it is. Probably. Where's that one, man? Oh, there it is. Okay, this is a picture of me, my freshman year of high school. Okay, and I'm warning you guys. I'm warning you guys. But you're gonna see what I'm talking about here. Okay, are you ready? Man, the lifeboats, here we go. Dun 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 da 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 da. Dun 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 da 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 da. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So anyway, as you can see, I was I was not working with much. I was not working with much. So, let me give you guys an idea of my pain in high school, okay? Because I'm going to do something. I'm just going to show you a picture. I'm going to find one from back then. Just give me 1 second. Make sure I don't have one already. I might have one. I don't. Find like this, and then see if there's one old enough for me to show you guys. Sorry, I know this is not riveting, but at least you have good music to listen to. Yeah, she's got a lot of pictures here, but let's see, hold on. we go. These will probably have more options. I don't know, dude. She takes so many fucking pictures. I'm gonna have to scroll for fucking ever to find this. Alright, this works. This works because it just gives you an idea. So, I hate to have to do this to you guys, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna show you Paul again, okay? Because you have to, and I'm gonna show you a different Paul this time, okay? I won't do the same one, I promise. But you have to have it. You have to have it for reference for what I'm about to show you, okay? So this is a different Paul. It's not as bad, but it's still pretty bad. This is Paul, sophomore year, okay? So this is me the next year. Sophomore year. It's a little better, but it's not much better. Now, this is the year that I fell in love with this girl that I followed throughout high school. She's not the one in the picture. Here you go. Dun 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 dun. Okay, all right. So you get my point. You get my drift. You get my drift. So now, I'm going to show you a picture of the girl that I was in love with. And I want you to tell me if I was aiming a little high. Just a hair high for what you just saw. Are you ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1... Now, that being said, I did not reach the mountaintop, but I climbed the mountain. So aiming high sometimes pays off. She actually looks like, if I don't want to show a bunch of pictures because I don't want her bothered. But, and that's a very old picture of her from around high school. But nowadays, she looks kind of like, God, who's that girl from Friends? Rachel from Friends? Strong 7? Sure, whatever. Whatever you say, boss. Jennifer Aniston, yeah. She kind of cultivated that same look with the hair, yeah. Jennifer Aniston. So I'm just saying that, like, look, like I said, the relationship that I had with her was strange. It was on again, it was off again. It never really went anywhere good. But it was, sheerly because I willed it to be, I think. Because I was able to talk to a person who was way out of my fucking league. And encourage her to have some, or at least show her that she was capable of having feelings for somebody that was not anywhere near the physical ideal. I did not slay, but I fought the dragon, okay? I fought the dragon. I didn't slay the dragon. I didn't slay the dragon. I did my best. Do I own a Glock? I don't own any weapons, any guns. I got some knives, though. Some kitchen knives and shit, so. And a baseball bat. Any advice for someone about to graduate high school? Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you what's best for you. It is completely normal for you to not know what the fuck you want to do. And don't let anybody tell you that you have to choose right now what you want to do with your life. You have the option to not go to college if that is what suits you. If you want to go and live on your own and experience life, you have that option. You have the option to pursue any kind of college that you want. So yeah. Riding a bike is the best way to lose weight. I'm going to be riding a recombinant bike at the gym. So, yeah, I know. Thank you, though. You're taking vocational rehab to get a job, and they're taking shit from face value. Yeah, it's bullshit, dude. Look, being that age is fucking crazy. I remember it. It's fucking crazy, and it's scary, and it doesn't need to be. You shouldn't be expected to know exactly which way your life is gonna fucking go at that age. You should have time to figure it out. And people don't want to give that to you, but you can take it. You're an adult when you graduate. I mean, go ahead and send it to me, man. Send it to me on the Discord. If you've got a weight loss plan you want me to look at, let me take a look, man. It has to be low impact. That's the thing. My back is all fucked up. I can't be doing super heavy lifting right off the bat. So well, yeah, I'm still using this part of her vapor, yeah. Water pool exercise. That's how I lost a lot of weight the last time. The last time I lost weight, I got down to about 240, maybe a little less. And that's within 20 pounds of my goal weight. And I did that swimming every day. So, anyway, I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for chilling. Thanks for watching and all that fun stuff. And I will catch you guys some other time, yeah?